Hey guys, I know that this was the year with the least amount of uploads, but even though it was the busiest year for me, personally it was my favorite year. A lot of people have been talking about how 2016 is the worst year, and while that may be true for like a lot of worldly things, like I'm looking at it from a personal perspective because there were a lot of big achievements and just things that I did and I'm really happy with. So we're gonna go through the months. In January, I finished all of my college auditions and I dropped out of a class that was giving me like anxiety, so I'm really happy that I got out of that situation. In February, I got accepted into my dream college where like I found out that I would be going to Boston University to study music education. Also got to go to MagFest for the first time and I was really excited because I got to meet so many friends that I've known for a while and it was just really great getting to meet them. In March, I had a big solo feature in my in my jazz ensemble in high school, and I'm really glad that my band directors gave me that opportunity, and like they constantly just gave me a lot of opportunities to really grow as a musician, so I'm very thankful for that. I also got to play in a rendition of Rhapsody in Blue with my wind ensemble, which was really amazing because we had a great piano player, so we got to do that. In April, I released a collab with Guitar Geek 25, who I met at MagFest, and he's also from New Jersey, so it was really cool to be able to meet someone before I got to collab with them. I also released my Chrono Trigger video, Quarters of Time, which is where I recorded outside, and it's just, I don't know why Chrono Trigger always makes me want to like push my boundaries and get better, but it does contain a lot of layers too in terms of like the saxophone parts. In May, I had my last wind ensemble concert, chambers concert, jazz concert, and last coffee house. These were my last big events, which included a combo performance of Route 225, which is on this channel. I actually threw that together like a week before the concert because we were originally going to do one for the last jazz concert of Megalovania, but no one really seemed interested, so I dropped it. And then a week before, the drummers like really wanted to do a combo, so I just did Route 225. We never actually rehearsed it in full all together, but we still pulled it off for the concert. In June, I had a huge accomplishment. I graduated high school, which may not seem that significant, but it really is because it just is. I also started working on the Multiplayer 3 Wave charity album. You should go buy that if you haven't. I don't know where I'm putting it. In July, I traveled all throughout the month. I went to Long Beach Island, I went to Washington State for a few days because my dad was traveling around the area, and I also went to Long Island. And despite all that, I was able to practice on and off because I needed to really keep up my practicing habits for college. And I also worked throughout the summer at a local government building, just doing archival work. Lots of stuff to do. In August, I released my biggest project on YouTube ever, which was the Route 113 arrangement. I had been working on that since November, but I was really glad that I got so much help in terms of mixing and just participation from so many great members in the community. I'm gonna make sure to list them all on the bottom because they're like some of my closest friends and they're just some of the greatest people, and I'm really glad that they took time out of their busy schedules and lives to help me with this project. Not to mention, in August, I also shipped myself up to Boston. In September, I started my first year at Boston University as a music education major, and it was just amazing. And I started to explore the city a little bit, and then I also got to go home to play for an alumni band game for marching band, which is really awesome. In October, I got old. I turned 19, and I got through midterms, and I just kept learning more about saxophone, music theory, piano, and getting better at like writing out melodies for like my dictation class. In November, I did stuff. There was nothing really notable, honestly. In December, I finished my finals with very minimal stress, if none. And even though I got sick, I was still alright. I also came back home for winter break, and lastly, I finished my first semester at college at Boston University for my music education degree, which is really freaking awesome, where I've been away at school for like 4 months, and to come home and say that I conquered 1 semester out of 8 and that I did really well, that's really something to be proud of. So, but enough about my personal accomplishments. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me, despite it being just a year where there were a lot of uploads and then there were no uploads for months. So, like, I really appreciate you guys dealing with that. I'm trying my best to do what I can for covers, but you guys like the poll on Twitter saying that I should do some show you guys some practicing stuff, so I'm definitely going to do that in the future. This year just involved so much. It involved college applications, auditions, acceptances, finishing high school. Like, there was just so much for me to do, but I'm glad that I was able to upload what I could. I wish I could have done more, but it's okay. I'm just really glad that you guys have enjoyed the content that I put out and still kept that button to be subscribed instead of subscribe. That was really bad. But I'm really glad that you guys have just put up with the fact that I can't really upload anything. And I'm really glad that I can share all this stuff with you guys, and that you guys like have input, and that you're saying good luck in college, or like giving me things that I should improve on in saxophone. Like, it's really great that you guys care enough. Like, that's awesome that I have like over, I have over 1,000 subscribers, but the fact that there are regular people that comment and I can recognize them by their name and just talk with them, and they want to know more about what I do, or they just like what I do. It's really awesome. I'm saying the word awesome a lot, and cool. I don't know. This is hard. I really hope 2016 was a great year for you guys, and I hope that 2017 is too. And just remember that you are like one of the main parts of what can make your year good. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've done, and hopefully more stuff to come in 2017. Also, MagFest, you should all be there. I will be at MagFest.